All right, welcome back. It's been a while since I made a video. Um, and of course, like everyone, I'm gonna try and make something during this quarantine since I just got stuck on doing 2 weeks off because COVID hit close to home in my own house. Um, so I'm gonna sit down and do some makeup. I've seen a lot of people doing stuff using their oldest makeup they got, and we know I'm a hoarder, so I still got a bunch of shit I've had since I started makeup. I'm talking about some old school Milani Luminoso that everyone used back in the day. Um, this isn't super old, but the Super Stay Full coverage from Maybelline, right? Yes, Maybelline. To some KVD canceled Lolita 2 that I got way back in the day. I don't think I've used that shit in years. But we're gonna do something obviously real simple. You know, I ain't doing nothing fancy. We ain't going nowhere, especially since it's like 10 o'clock at night and I really ain't going nowhere. But okay, we gonna get this started. So obviously I just scooch in a little more because I moved the mirror up and took my glasses off because you know I'm blind as hell. We'll just throw the head away. Y'all know my hair's thinning and I don't give a shit. So, okay. First we're going to do is what? Prime. And my oldest primer I have is the Avon Magic X Face Perfector. This is like 3 years old, which I know in some of these people's cases that's not that old. But for me, that's old since I haven't been doing makeup that long. But, alright, we're gonna squeeze a little of this on. We had this from when I sold Avon for a minute. Yeah, that was an interesting experience. Which a lot of you, if you know me, you know that story about how they kind of screwed me over a little. But I know I still have, obviously, still have some makeup from then, but I also still have some skincare left from them, which they have amazing skincare. Which my mom still uses some of it. I think I still have one of my friends addicted to the eyeliners from it. Sorry, Virginia. Alright. Now, of course, foundation. Our Superstay on our body blender that I've had forever. That Patrick Starr really suggested I use. Well, not just me, but his followers, because it blends out so quickly if you have a big face, which of course I do because I'm a man, and it helps too when I'm doing drag because it blends all this crap out because you gotta blend a lot of makeup. Plus always blend down your neck, and with this lighting this looks absolutely crazy, but trust me, in the end, it'll look nice. Y'all know I have looked busted in the past. And personally, if I look busted during quarantine, I don't care. The only ones that see me are me in the mirror and my mom and stepdad. And my mom will throw a fit because I'm wearing makeup to begin with. My stepdad, I don't really care. But, yeah. Alright. I say that's pretty good and blended. Make sure I got under my nose, which I missed in my first makeup video completely, and it bugged me every time I'd watch it. Not that I watch it a bunch, that would be weird. But every time I'd show it to someone, I'd notice little into here wasn't blended. I'm like, son of a bitch. Alright, blended that hairline that is receding. Almost gonna get to Chicago on my forehead. Alright, and my concealer. We're gonna go with the Morphe concealer. I believe it's the only one they got. That I got at launch, which this bitch is raw empty. We'll see what we can get out of it. Only other really old concealer I had was I think was an old ColourPop one they got when they launched their concealers. but it is way too bright. We're going to stick with only using that for my drag, because we don't need some super high feminine cheekbones just to be sitting at home doing nothing. Unless you're trying to look like a woman. And we ain't trying to do that today. I'm just trying to look more presentable. Throw on a little makeup. Maybe play on TikTok. Which I always thought that, oh, that TikTok, it looks so stupid, And I'm mad. I'm addicted now. Oh, my friend Ariana makes fun of me all the time now. Anytime I'm watching them, But it was her griping about not liking TikTok that made me use it, and she should know I get addicted to things very quickly. Same with one other thing. Same with Minecraft. She kept saying, let's play it. And I'm like, no, it looks stupid. We started playing it. Girl. First time we played it, we ended up sitting there playing it for like 12 hours before we realized, oh shit, it's been 12 hours. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to go in with some setting powder, which my oldest powder is another Avon product, which is just the setting powder, which I'm dumping all over the floor. Sorry, Mom. Which, obviously, if you guys saw my last video a year ago, it's a different location because this is my mother's sewing room, but we're just going to use it for today because it's easier. It's got more room, but we're going to set under the eyes with a lot of powder to get that extra bright, because I am very oily. Which, anymore, I don't know if I'm oily or just sweaty. Which, for some other big girls out there, they understand that completely. So, I usually go for more mattifying products. But it's not more for the... It's a little bit for the oil control, but it's a lot more just because it needs to be a little more long-lasting, because it's going to last through sweating a lot. Because I am a 300-something pound man that sweats like a pig in negative 10 degrees outside, but let alone if it's like 100, dear fucking Lord. Don't expect me wearing makeup those days. Well, Walmart, you've seen me wearing makeup those days when I was out in Garden Center. Those are the days I wore Estee Lauder Double Wear that really didn't move. Which I couldn't find that. I knew I had a bottle of it somewhere. Who knows what I did with it? I hopefully actually threw it away like I should do with most of the stuff. Okay, so my next step is obviously going to be add a little definition, which we will do with an old favorite of a lot of people. The Benefit Hoola Bronzer. It's the mini. I never could buy it. See, I can never bring myself to buy the big one because I got the little one and I've used the hell out of it. And I barely made a dent. So, I didn't see the point. You know, Bleon. I mean, this is a little bit too orangey for me because I am a freaking ghost. And very pink. But it still adds a nice amount of warmth to the skin without being too crazy. Which... it was a lot more pigmented when I bought it. And it's, of course, mellowed out over the years, as a lot of things do. Need to blend it out a little more. Then just add more Anthony, I guess. I guess that's how we're going to do that today. Not on tonight, as Loris would say. Which is a Dragula reference. Which, that show is fucking amazing. It is Drag Race on steroids. Which I wish we would see a lot more, like, the more Dragula style girls over on RuPaul's Drag Race, the more out there, weird club kid style, because it is fierce drag. That if you put one of those Drag Race girls on Dragula, put some of the competition or some of them challenges, they wouldn't last a week, because they do some crazy shit. Okay, now we're going to take a more smaller blender brush. Take that same bronzer, contour the schnoz a little. Even though we ain't doing drag, we're still gonna use some of them tricks. Okay, it's just very simple. I ain't doing a shit ton of eyeshadow. I have very hooded eyes, and I don't, for a day-to-day, wouldn't do much. So I just throw a little of my bronzer through my crease, add a little definition, a little flick it out. Good enough. And a little under here. I swear throughout this video my hair is just going to get crazier and crazier. Whatever. That's why I'm wearing a hat. Well, for the shots at the end. Okay, so next step is some blush, which I mentioned before is going to be my Milani Luminoso, which has got a nice little shine to it, so it's not so flat. Like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy a good matte blush, but that's like for my drag stuff. I love a matte blush because I want to put highlight where I want highlight. But for everyday makeup, I'm going to want something with a little bit of shine to it. Not shimmer, but just a little sheen. So yeah, it just like gives a little bit of something. So it like gives life to the skin. Because I do have very naturally rosy cheeks, as you saw before I put my foundation on. So it just kind of brings that back a little bit without it being extreme. The joy of being a ginger is my excuse. You're just going to throw a little blush on the nose. Just a little bit of cold. Oh. But just kind of bring it. Then do a little through the up top. Just so you have a nice color relation through everything. Okay. And now I'm going to move on to my brows. And then we're going to brush off all the extra powder. I didn't have a super old brow pencil. But I do have a fairly old brow mascara. If I can find... Whatever. I lost the brow pencil I brought. I brought one of the newer e.l.f. ones. I swear I literally have 5 things on this desk, but I still can't find it. Whatever. So I'm just going to throw some mascara through. I have decently shaped brows already, so I don't have to fill them in all that much. It's just with all this makeup, my brows get lost if I don't do anything with them because they're blonde. So they just don't exist. So like I can still remember, I think it was last year, I was performing a lot, so I just shaved my brows off, which helped a lot. So I didn't gotta worry about gluing them down every time I had a show. So it was so much nicer. I didn't have such like the crusty brows underneath, because I wasn't horrible at covering my brows, but I wasn't the best at covering my brows. It just made it so much easier. Alright, since that's done, I am now going to brush away the powder under my eyes and the forehead and nose. It's coming together. Like I said before, I'm not doing a super crazy makeup look because this is my everyday, which I've already done once, So you're seeing it again, just with different stories along with it. My next thing I'm going to put on is my highlight, which I always like a strong highlight just because something there, just some nice and shimmery just to catch the people's eye. Just like, oh shit, he is wearing makeup. Just to piss off the homophobes. Especially in this redneck little town. I'm going to go in first with a cream highlight. One of the ColourPop Super Shock highlighters in Flexitarian. This is the champagne-y. Which, a lot of cream products you can't put over powder, but this one, these work really good actually on bare skin or over your other stuff without breaking up what's underneath. And this one I got, I can't remember how many years ago. Well, quite a long time ago, and I still got a decent amount left. I know I got this probably 4 years ago now. I got this when I first really discovered ColourPop and placed an order. Got some lipsticks and this cream highlighter. And shoot, back then I wore some crazy lip colors. I never would go for the nudes because I was like, oh, those are boring. Why would you want to wear a nude lipstick? It doesn't even look like you're wearing lipstick. The point of wearing it is to can tell you're wearing it. So I would wear the blues and the pinks and reds all the time. And like my go-to was this hot pink lipstick from ColourPop. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like crazy if I look back at it. Thank God I didn't take a whole lot of pictures. I mean, you could probably go back on some of my friends' Instagrams and find pictures, but not mine. Alright, and then I'm going to set that with a powder highlight over top. This is the Wet n Wild highlighter. It's one of the skull ones. I think it's White Raven. But yeah, it's just a very pale white because I'm very white. And it's a very beaming highlight, especially under this light. And it looks really glittery and really shining under natural lighting outside. Ooh. Only sunlight I'm seeing now is through the windows of this room, or when I'm outside doing yard work. Because Lord knows, I ain't going nowhere if I ain't got it through. Not that my mom would let me. But I digress. Now that we're shining bright like a diamond. Next step, well, one of the final steps, we're going to throw on a lip. Which I mentioned before, we're going to go in with Kat Von D Lolita 2. Now, I haven't busted this out in a long time. It's like a very warm terracotta nude. I don't even know if this is my kind of color. Excuse me while I get them actually get in the mirror. Just so I can get the lines right. I just find it funny. People start talking when they're doing lips. I'm like, you can shut up now. We'll try and put some music in, which probably won't happen. I'll overdraw a little, because we know I got some little lips. But, yeah, we know I ain't gonna have music. You know, I'm not that good at editing yet. Yet, if I ever will be. Yeah, I can remember when the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks were everything. If you weren't wearing one of those, you weren't wearing a liquid lip. But then Jeffree hit the market and changed the makeup game. Like, the Jeffree liquid lips are still to this day, my favorite liquid lips. Yeah, it's a lip. Big lips. Whatever. But I like the shade. It's just not my favorite. I think I got it just because everyone else was wearing it. But yeah, it's old. Kind of burns a little. So I think it's really expired. It's definitely going in the trash tonight. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to throw a little highlight on my lip just to kind of juice them up a little. Take a little of the ColourPop cream highlight. You could do this with any highlight, just add just a little more dimension. When you got smaller lips, make them pop. Oh. Or you can take a darker lip liner and kind of color in the edges, which I ain't got for this kind of shade, so whatever. But, of course, my final step is always a setting spray. So I go through my setting spray and then toss the empty bottle. I don't have old ones. So I'm just using my Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray, which actually I think might have been the one I used in my last video. I recently refound this in my collection. A tip, don't talk while you're doing that. Setting spray does not taste good. But yeah, there's my little makeup look and a little story time. You guys have a great night, and hope to see you guys again soon once this quarantine's over in person. Or look out, maybe I might have another video coming up soon. Think about next one actually doing a drag makeup look. Might just do a speed up one of that though. We don't need to sit here for 2 hours while I do makeup. Bye guys, have a good one.